Hello everyone and welcome to the 2023 Bafta Young Game Designers Awards. I'm Inel Tomlinson and I'm thrilled to be back as your host for this incredible celebration of young talent in the gaming industry. Now, hold on to your jaw shocks for a sec, as this year we're shaking things up and we've brought the party to the prestigious Science Museum in London. Can you believe it? We're surrounded by mind-bending experiments, futuristic gadgets, and of course, the coolest games in town. 2023 has already been an incredible year for games. Nintendo dropped a massive sequel to Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, showcasing some of the best game design and systems the industry has ever seen. Star Wars Jedi Survivor had gamers dual-wielding lightsabers, and Vampire Survivors managed to take the big award at this year's Bafta Games Awards in March. An incredible achievement from such a small team of developers, proving greatness can truly come from anywhere. Now, for Bafta YGD, these 10 to 18-year-old game developers have unleashed their imaginations, cooked up creative game concepts, and left our judges in awe. It's safe to say they're light years ahead of the competition. And that's what we at Bafta want to achieve with our Young Game Designers Initiative, to inspire and unlock your potential to become the next big designers of the future. And guess what? Bafta's got your back. It's not just about winning an award and calling it a day. Our finalists and winners are in for a treat. They'll be getting exclusive masterclasses, priceless mentorship from industry pros, career advice to take them to the next level, and opportunities to show off their genius at events. Plus, the winning games will be showcased here at the Science Museum as part of the Power Up experience for many of the thousands of people across the globe to come play. Yes, the Bafta YGD game-making category winners will be showcased right here at the Science Museum alongside some of the best video games from the past 5 decades. You can't get a better prize than that! All of this wouldn't be possible without the help of the amazing team at Bafta working behind the scenes and the incredible partners that make Bafta YGD possible. Big shout out to our official partners, Creative Assembly, Criterion Games, Epic Games, PlayStation, Warner Brothers Games, and Wizards of the Coast. We're incredibly grateful for your support. So, let's get down to business and find out about some of the incredible entries we've had this year. And let me tell you, you won't believe the caliber of entries we've received. We're talking about game concepts that will make your jaw drop, visuals that will transport you to other dimensions, and storytelling that will tug at your heartstrings. But don't just take my word for it. We've sat down with our esteemed jury, a group of gaming gurus and aficionados with their fingers on the pulse of the industry, and asked them about the incredible work they witnessed throughout the judging process. Let's hear what they had to say.
And this isn't a competition that I've been involved in before, so I didn't really know what to expect coming into it. But let me tell you, the talent of the applicants is absolutely incredible.
Submissions to YGG this year were consistently great, like across the board.
Every year the bar is like here, and everyone that makes games like pushes it all the way up here.
What the submissions really showed was an understanding of the art form and the ingredients that go into making a great game.
There was so much joy in what they were making. There was so much fun.
These were probably my most favourite games that I got a chance to judge ever.
The supplementary materials, whether it was whole design documents, sketches of how a level might work, or even pieces of concept art. It was really so impressive that these young people have such a dedication to the craft of video games.
The highlight for me was the broad range of genres and mechanics on display.
They were very competent platformers that felt familiar and just well executed.
We've had 2D games, 3D games, puzzle games. One of our games was like an educational puzzle game.
We were looking for things that had good base mechanics, but also a lot of the games really had considered not just the mechanics, but a really good understanding of the game loop underneath them.
There was a lot of, like in games industry terms, I'd say scoping done, making games that are really focused onto what they felt was the strongest bit of their game.
Almost every entry paid a lot of attention to how the different systems interacted with each other to make a cohesive design.
I spent days playing games, playing different types of games, being challenged in different ways, having my interest piqued in unexpected ways.
People that are fusing kind of like entertainment with like a deeper social impact.
I've been a judge several years and it was so incredibly impressive. I wish that I was doing that when I was their age.
As we're trying to judge them, it's so hard to pick between the concepts which are so different but so good.
It was such a tight competition. Anyone can win this. I genuinely don't know who's going to win.
I'm just really excited to see all of your journeys and to see your name all up in the game space very soon.
Whoa! Did you catch that? Our jurors were blown away by the sheer talent and innovation on display. The competition was fierce, and it wasn't an easy task for the jury to narrow it down. I must admit, being a part of this extraordinary celebration of creativity and passion, gives me goosebumps. Well, obviously you can't see, because I've got a suit on and it's warm in here, but it's truly a testament to the power of imagination and the bright future of the gaming industry. So, get ready to be amazed. We're about to dive into a world where dreams become reality, where pixels hold incredible stories, and where young minds are shaping the future. Now, where better to start than the heart and soul of game design, the game concept category. You might be wondering, what exactly is game concept? Well, a game concept is the spark, the initial idea that sets the foundation for an incredible gaming experience. It's the creative seed from which the entire game grows, encompassing the unique blend of gameplay mechanics, story elements, visual style, the whole shebang. The nominees in this category have unleashed their imaginations and crafted compelling concepts that made our jury sit up and take notice. They managed to do all of that and their homework. Impressive. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look at the nominated games in the 10 to 14 age group.
Game concept, 10 to 14.
This game is a multiplayer game where the player is a bird. Cats have taken over a city and might take over the world, but you get to stop them if you get a bunch of players and gadgets from different kinds of bosses.
Demons and Dreams is an immersive RPG with a unique happiness versus fear mechanic. If either your happiness or fear are maxed, then you wake up and the game ends.
Enlightenment is a third-person action-adventure game that combines exploration with puzzles.
I came up with the story and characters, and Rosie created the concept art and translated the story into game format.
Olympian is an action-packed Metroidvania that mixes exploration with combat. In the game, you play as Orpheus, a robot created to play music perfectly, who soon falls in love with Eurydice.
My game concept Polarity is a 2D shooter game with simple but stylized graphics and a boss rush style gameplay loop.
It's a puzzle game where you play as a fox, which finds itself in a broken cube-like dimension about to collapse. So you must find a way to leave the world safely before the timer runs out.
The Jelly Black Knight has the special ability to squeeze through pipes and disguise himself as a puddle. It will probably be the only game you ever play where you can beat up cockroaches.
My game is called The Screen is Completely Black, and this is because the screen really is completely black while you're playing it. We're in a dark labyrinth and have to try and navigate your way around using only noise and vibration.
Trash is a sandbox game where players can create their own adventures, games and rules. Anything is possible in Trash. The only limit is your imagination.
We all play Minecraft and we like construction games, so we thought it'd be a good idea to create our own game to spread awareness about biodiversity decline, as well as being a fun game to play.
And the Bafta YGD goes to Polarity by Max Whistlecraft.
The main influence for my game comes from two games I like the style of, Just Shapes and Beats and Undertale. I think the most interesting thing about the games industry is the work that goes into the visual aspect of a game. How each game has a unique visual style, and if you look back at all the progress, you can see it evolve and change to the final product.
Congratulations to Max for Polarity. Oh, I love me a game inspired by magnets, especially a unique boss rush style affair. I'd love to one day play this on my mobile phone. Now, let's take a look at the game concept nominees 15 to 18 years old.
Game concept, 15 to 18.
People have to explore the game and play it freely without having to just have to kill everything, and actually help the monsters and solve why they're there and get them through this mystery.
It can be really easy, especially as a young creative, to doubt your ideas. Winning this Young Games Design Award would really reaffirm to me that other people would enjoy playing my games just as much as I enjoy designing them.
You play as a little white bat whose wings are too small to fly. Since they can't fly, they have to use their environment to get themselves around the caves, such as using spring plants to launch themselves into the air and bounce off of surfaces.
In my game, you play as a little guy called Caesar. In the daytime, you manage his restaurant, taking orders and cooking ingredients and so on. But at night, he transforms into his bestial form, and you go around exploring and foraging for resources.
It's a first-person platform in which you play as a scientist called Dr. McNamara, as she travels to the ocean of a post-apocalyptic flooded version of the Earth to find a way to make the planet habitable for the surviving humans living on Mars.
You fly around in these stereotypical pirate ships that have random jet engines strapped to them, and you get to customize it, and you get to build up your own crew with your captain.
One of the first inspirations I had was to try and bring more diversity into the fantasy genre, which I love, as shown by these lovely illustrations by April.
We also play a lot of D&D, so we've made the game very interactive and story-driven.
I designed The Past the Children, a comedy horror game where you have to escape a pasta factory. I really enjoy coming up with otherworldly and unsettling ideas to disturb viewers and unsettle them and create visceral reactions from them.
I've always loved mushrooms. Not even the taste, just the look. And I saw that the cap of a mushroom looks like a magician's hat, and I thought, oh my gosh, it would be so cool to make a mushroom mage character.
The game is an action JRPG-like game set on Earth, where you play as an aspiring animator who has gained the ability to materialize his drawings, and he uses these drawings to fight against a myriad of comic book foes who threaten the world.
And the Bafta YGD goes to Bounce Back by Ava Rogerson.
Hi, my name is Ava, and my game is called Bounce Back. Bounce Back is a 2D platformer where you explore, navigate and conquer a series of caves whilst avoiding enemies and fighting bosses. This project was so fun to work on and posed many exciting challenges. I plan on working on similar projects in the future to push myself creatively. I can't wait to see everyone's ideas and games in the upcoming events, and I'm really looking forward to seeing whatever comes next.
Congratulations to Ava for Bounce Back. These game concepts are a testament to the incredible talent, creativity, and innovation that these young designers possess. Oh, see, this is why I love YGD, as it gives us a sneak peek into the next generation of game design and the future of the industry. The game industry has a variety of different roles and careers that rely on a range of key skills. It's not all about coding. There are many roles which rely on creativity, collaboration, and communication. And those are just 3 of the many adjectives which could describe a career in the games industry. To create an amazing game, our nominees have to demonstrate a diverse range of skills to make it this far in the process. Let's hear from our finalists and industry gaming veterans about what excites them about a career in games.
I can't wait to work in the game industry.
Ever since I was young, I've wanted to work in the games industry.
Making games is something I heavily enjoy.
In the future, I really want to become a games designer or games concept artist.
I kind of grew up playing games, and so it's been a big part of my life.
You know, I used to play Dungeons & Dragons, obviously, and drawing endless maps, fantasy maps, and now I effectively get to do that, but at a professional level.
I think the most interesting part of working in the game industry is being able to play games before anyone knows they even exist.
I love the complexity and the creativity.
I think in a lot of other mediums, there's maybe a little bit more fear of kind of novelty or new things. But in games, you have to invent what a game is every time you make a game.
There's just so much you can do with a game, isn't there? You can customize every last aspect of it.
There's a huge range of ways to immerse a user in the game. You can use motion tracking, keyboard inputs, audio inputs, and more.
If I were to get the chance to go into the game industry in the future, the best bit would be having a creative outlet.
I've always aimed to have a career where I can be creative and let my ideas just flow.
Having the chance to work in a medium that's at the crossroads of tech and art, I find this endlessly fascinating.
It combines everything that I already love.
It combines creativity with technicality, combining parts of English, math and science from the thousands of games that come out every year.
Any job that I'm going to have, I want that to be an integral part of it.
Something that I think would be really fun about working in the game industry would be working with other people.
Being able to meet lots of different people who have lots of ideas about what makes a game good.
It's an industry full of amazing, really lovely, really inclusive, supportive people.
It really gives you a chance to collaborate with just some of the most wonderful and creative people on the planet.
You can have a million great ideas, but they're going to be made so much better by listening to everybody who's an expert in their field.
I've always wanted to share my project with a wider audience.
Getting to see my ideas and the games that I worked on being played by other people.
It always feels like a massive achievement when someone tells me that they enjoy playing my games.
Getting feedback from people and seeing them play my game, I think that would be pretty great to see.
My favourite part of working in the games industry is the fans who have been so kind to me.
The variance between what people take away from your games is so cool.
I learn so much, like every single day, from people of all walks of life.
I think that the experience I gained from making this game will help me if I end up working in the games industry.
That's what YGD does. It sets you on that path, it gives you the first steps to learning how to do that, and it introduces you to people who do work in the industry now and can give you all the top tips to get where they are.
I have ideas and I want to turn those ideas into games that people can just simply have fun with.
There are lots of games that I would like to have played and I just can't play them because they don't exist.
I just love creating video games.
To be a part of the thing that defined my childhood and that opened up my creative capabilities just sounds like such a great future for me.
Woo! Oh, wow. Hearing from those industry veterans and our brilliant nominees gives us a glimpse into the world of what game development offers. Working in teams, large and small, problem solving and leadership skills are needed to see a game's development from conception to completion. Oh. Now, let's shift our focus to the game-making category. Game-making is the art of bringing the game concept to life through the technical wizardry of development. Building a game involves a plethora of skills, from coding and programming to graphic design and sound engineering. It's about crafting intricate gameplay mechanics, constructing breathtaking environments, and above all else, ensuring that it's fun to play for gamers. Our judges, and myself, have had the privilege of exploring the phenomenal games created by our talented young designers. But don't just take my word for it. Let's see the nominees.
Game making, 10 to 14. Go Home Ed. Polycity Racecourse.
Select level.
Potato Ninjas versus Coconuts 2.
You cannot defeat me, even if you hit me 100 times.
Quick Ball. Red Bot. Samurai Turtle. Cereal Bus. Skeletus boss fight. Swing. The Lost Soul. And the Bafta YGD goes to Serial Bus by Alex Phillips.
Hi, my name's Alex and I made Serial Bus. The main inspirations for my game came from puzzle games like Portal 2, but I also took lots of concepts from platformer games. I think that this combination of genres helped make a fun gameplay experience, and I also really enjoyed making levels with both concepts in mind.
Congratulations to Alex for Serial Bus. Now, let's take a look at the game-making nominees 15 to 18 years old.
Game making, 15 to 18. Bird in the Woods. Carrot Slime 2. Escape the Darkness. Gloop Fishing. Gulp. Lizard, the game. One Life. Pipes. The intergalactic contests of the speaker. Word Pong. And the Bafta YGD goes to Bird in the Woods by Arlo Freer.
Hi, I'm Arlo, and I made Bird in the Woods for the Bafta Young Games Owners Game Making Competition. It's really all in the name. It's about a bird in the woods, and it uses a bow and arrow to complete a series of puzzles that get progressively more difficult. It took about a month to make the game, and I'm really happy with what I've been able to produce in that time. I'm really glad that I've gotten to this stage of the competition. Wasn't really expecting it, and I'm really looking forward to learning all I can from all the industry professionals.
Incredible stuff there. And to all our finalists, you have put in a tremendous amount of effort. I can't wait for you all to try these titles for yourselves. And try them you can. On the 2nd of July, Bafta will be holding a YGD Open Day with guests and speakers from our tremendous YGD partners. You'll be able to play the nominated entries, mingle with like-minded individuals, and learn more about the game industry and where you might one day fit into it. Once again, massive congratulations to all our finalists and winners. And thanks to our judges and YGD partners for their help and support in ushering forth the future of games. Also, a huge shout out to the Science Museum, where I'm standing right now, and where from the 27th of July, you'll be able to visit and play the Bafta YGD winning entries in their incredible new Power Up gaming experience. If you'd like to know more about our Bafta YGD initiative, or you're inspired to enter next year's competition, just head to ygd.bafta.org and sign up for news and alerts. You can also keep an eye out for posts on our Bafta Games Twitter. So, to all my budding creators out there, stay inspired, stay creative, and hopefully I'll be playing some of your entries next year. I've been Inel Tomlinson. Take care.